Jade. All right. Hi, Kate. Hi, Jade. You guys aren't here, but today is going to be just a really brief intro of how I guess the school year is going to go. I'm just going to explain some logistics. So let me first talk about Canva. Give me 1 second to screen share. So basically, the other officers have used Canva before. I know Jade and Sienna, it's a little new for you. And so basically, we have this folder that I've shared with everyone. And what you're going to do is you're going to create and upload designs here. So as you can see, I've already made 2 for this year. I remade our purpose one and our why join one. And you can see like every design that you've ever seen on our like social media platforms have all been created through Canva. And so you guys can look through this to get, I guess, some like inspiration. And what I did with officers last year and what I'll be doing again is I'm going to assign certain posts that you guys have to do. So this is just an example. For example, like Josephine has to do the interest form post, and Nika has to do the sign-in form post. I'm going to cut back the work a little bit this year in terms of I'm not going to make us create stories for each post because that's what I did last year. Like we created both the post and the story version, but this year we're just going to do the posts because I don't know, I felt like it was a little unnecessary, and so that's basically going to be one of the tasks that comes out of this meeting. Each of you guys, I believe I assigned 2 posts per, and so I will send that through like iMessage, and so don't be confused, Jade and Kate. That's what that was for. And so I would like to have this done by the first day of school. So that's approximately a week for you guys to create 2 posts. And please like put, I don't doubt you guys would do this, but please like put like a very like sincere effort into it. Like I know it might take a little while, but I hate using this word, but to make it like aesthetically pleasing, because it really is important how we present our club on social media. So yeah, like this is how Canva's gonna work. I recommend like having it as like a browser thing on your bookmarks bar because we're gonna use it quite often to create posts. Like for any time we have an event or initiative, like it's very important. So just keep in mind that's gonna be one of the first tasks. And then talking about social media, the second task is having 5 new people follow our Instagram account. So when the club was first founded last year, what I did is I followed a lot of people that I knew and got them to follow back. So the very important part about this is that you have to get them to follow back, right? Because it doesn't really matter if we follow them, then it's kind of pointless. So another task by the first day of school is to get 5 people to follow the account. I know it might be a little harder for like the seniors because a lot of people that currently follow are seniors, but if you can maybe reach out to some underclassmen to follow our account, but hopefully Sienna or Jade. I know we didn't really know a lot of underclassmen, so if you guys could do more than 5, that would be great. But yeah, that's just another assignment. And then I'm just gonna go through our Google Drive folder really quickly because I made some changes. So let me open that up. You guys all have access to this. Oh wait, I'm sharing this wrong screen. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I have a lot of windows open. Oh my gosh. Is it still showing you the camera screen, guys? No?
No, you're fine. It's the Google Drive.
I'm not seeing the Google Drive screen. Oh, okay, here we go. Um, so what I did is I kind of broke it up by year just for like the future people who will run this club. Like this is point of reference mostly for Sienna and Jade. But here we have the application. So what's in here is the forms that we send out for the officer position. So the ambassador, president, secretary, treasurer, and vice president. These 3 we don't have to change for this upcoming year, but the ambassador one we will have to change because we haven't changed the questions from the last time we sent them out, but these three are unchanged. So there's a folder for that. And then this one is 2020 to 21. So that was the last year. And this is this year's. And then anything that's not in any of the folders are stuff that not necessarily fit into any of these categories. So like this logistics document, Sienna and Jade, you guys can look at this on your own time. But basically, to ensure that we kind of meet our goals as a club in terms of like doing enough events, whether that's fundraising or like educational, and that we're like implementing enough things, I have kind of this like per week what activity and agenda we do. So that's on this logistics document. It will probably change this year because this is what it was from last year. Um, it probably won't change too much, but maybe adding one more educational event slash fundraiser because we do have more time since last year we had to start clubs in like September. Um, but that's something that like all the officers can discuss, and we can like kind of pan that out based on how we see the school year going. So Sienna and Jade, I especially encourage you guys to look over this document. But I mean, the previous officers, you guys can look at it as well. Like it's never a bad thing to kind of refresh on what we've been doing. And then more importantly, I wanted to go over some of the PowerPoints that I've already created for like the first 3 weeks of school. Obviously, we'll go more in depth into this once the meetings actually start happening, which will be after the club fair. So I emailed Mr. Rowe and I emailed our like ASB president about when the club fair would be, but apparently they're still like planning that out. But for whenever that happens, it'll be the Tuesday afterwards because our meetings are, it's going to be the same. It's going to be bi-weekly on Tuesdays, but instead of being after school at 3 p.m. on Zoom, it's going to be in Miss Rossi's room, which is room 75 at lunch. So that's just how it's going to work now. We're not going to do like that whole Zoom thing anymore. So whenever that happens, like whenever I figure out when we have that club fair based also on the schedule, like the school schedule that like Lee has released, I will create like a tentative meeting schedule. And then based on that tentative meeting schedule, probably we did the Sunday before, like the Sunday before that meeting, the officers and I would always Zoom call to go over that presentation. So we'll probably keep that format very similar of meeting up on Sundays just to quickly go over the presentation. But I'm just gonna go quickly over what I do have for weeks 1, 2, and 3. Just a really quick overview of what I have. So what you'll notice is last year we had a bit.ly and then it was like a ton of like letters and numbers. But what I did is I changed it to tiny URLs so it's easier for people. So whoever ends up being in charge of the sign-in form and the interest form, please keep that in mind. I'm like waiting for everything to load, but it's a pretty similar format. I added both Sienna, you, and Jade onto like the officer slides because that's like the first thing that happens. Also, I didn't update the pictures from last time, but I don't know if it really matters. I was too lazy to change them.
I'll update mine.
You can update it. Yeah, any of you guys can update them if you want to. It just go in on your own time and you guys can update them. So it's going to be like the introduction of the officers, our purpose, which you guys should definitely know. And then our why join slides, which we also did. And then last year we did this game. I forgot what it was called, but we did this game. And since we're able to do it in person, I just decided to do 2 truths and a lie. I don't know, it's like pretty simple. And then we're going to continue to do resource of the week. And then we'll have a wrap up slide as usual. And then a new thing that I really want to implement is the active member thing. So what this is